Hello and welcome to Champ's House. I'm Gustavo Arellano.
And I'm LZ Granderson. And today we'll be watching the LA Rams and really LA itself celebrate Sunday's Super Bowl win. There's going to be a big party, a parade through downtown, a victory rally, and we're going to bring it all to you live.
And we're also going to talk about what this all means for Los Angeles, how it's going to change or how it won't change, how we see ourselves. We're going to be talking about football, hot dogs, but we're also going to look at how the game intersects with culture and even politics. And yeah, we're going to talk about that halftime show.
We better talk about that halftime show.
So stick with us for whose house?
Champ's House.
We had to go there, sorry.
Our first guest today is actually going to be someone who's kind of more homegrown.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Sam Farmer, LA Times NFL columnist. We have so many questions to ask Mr. Farmer because now that we got one, we need to get two.
Exactly. Sam Farmer, of course, legendary NFL reporter, longtime reporter, columnist for the Los Angeles Times. And Sam, you're right there. Welcome. Sam is right there, eventually going to say hi. Welcome.
There we go. I'm sorry we missed the first part there, Sam.
Oh, I was just saying, what a great moment for LA, sort of echoing what you said, LZ. I mean, it's a terrific moment, terrific, unbelievable sketch, you know, stretch for LA and like a Hollywood script.
Awesome. And is it true that we got Sam Lagana going on right now? Sam, are you there? There you are. Oh, there.
I'm with you guys.
Hey, whose house, Sam?
Hey, guys. Whose house? You
Champ's house.
Today? Yeah.
So the parade's about to start at 30 minutes. Do you have voice duties or are you going to have the day off?
No. We got voice duties. We're going to be talking to the crowd. We're actually kind of in a rehearsal, so we're having a great time out here. Looking forward to seeing all these fans that are here for the rally. We've got mayors. We've got all sorts of dignitaries. The trophy will be here. Guys, this is going to be electric over here. And thank you to our fans in Los Angeles for making this thing shine.
That's awesome. So, Sam, you said on Sam Lagana, we'll get to Sam Farmer in a little bit, you said on Twitter that you got chills Sunday when you left SoFi Stadium after that big win. Tell us more about that.
You know, it was kind of wild. We had that great win, and I know I'm sure Sam Farmer, too, felt the same way. Our childhood team was just rocking and rolling. We just won a Super Bowl. How fantastic is that? And all of a sudden, I hear my own voice coming over the sound system with whose house? And it just gave me chills, like unbelievable. We won a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. I'm totally on cloud nine, but it wasn't always that way. Sam Farmer, how intense were those last 2 minutes of the game?
Oh, my gosh. To have them come back like that and the clock slowly dripping away, and then to have the biggest players come through in the biggest moments, you know, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and then Aaron Donald to slam the door. It was really a referendum on everything the Rams did this season in terms of building for the moment and making that Stafford trade and getting OBJ and getting Von Miller. And had they not won this, it would have been a little like one of those Olympic cities that builds all those giant, extravagant monuments
Montreal,
and then doesn't do anything after them. They're just sort of empty husks. So it was so huge for the Rams to finish off the way they did. And, you know, I think it's jet fuel to the fan base.
Absolutely. Now, over the weekend, you spoke with NFL legend and part of the Hall of Farmers series you hosted on YouTube with Eric Dickerson. And I want to play something that he said to you because I think it's really germane to what you just talked about earlier. Let's take a listen.
Was there a time you thought football might not come to L.A.?
No, I had a feeling the Rams would come back at one point. I mean, look, nothing against St. Louis. They didn't belong in St. Louis. I mean, St. Louis is a baseball town. It really is. I mean, you know, this is a Raider town right now. You just have to say it. But trust me, this will become a Ram city once again.
Damn, bold words. My cousins have a lot to say, all the Raiders fans there, but.
I'm sure they do. Sam, what is it going to take in order to really make Los Angeles a Ram city once again?
Well, look, Los Angeles is always going to be the Ellis Island of NFL fans. You're going to have every type of NFL fan in LA, every team represented. But this was a huge step in that direction. You know, Look, they want to be the third crown jewel in this city with the Lakers and the Dodgers. And I think they're getting there. But, I mean, the Dodgers have 7 World Series wins. The Lakers have 17 championships. And really, you put that St. Louis Super Bowl win in another category. And this is really the first Rams Super Bowl win, LA Rams. So it's going to take a while. But this was huge, a huge first step for this team. In fact, I think it was the most important game. I cannot imagine a bigger game for any franchise than the Rams winning this one. Just to finish this off the way they did was enormous, and I think they're going to reap the benefits and dividends for years to come.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more Rams ponchos walking around in the city like the one I own.
Buy them at the Paramount Swap Meet.
Thanks so much for joining us, Sam Farmer and Sam Lagana.
The Sam.
Great job, guys. Thanks so much.
Legends, thank you again. We're now going to turn over to Chris Draft. He's an NFL ambassador and a former pro linebacker, and he's also a Valencia Tiger, as in Valencia High School in Orange County, the rival of my high school, Anaheim High. Chris, where are you? We're going to talk to you in a bit. There he is right there, coming on, slowly but surely. God bless technology, folks. Thank you for those of you who are looking right now streaming.
Did you play, by the way? You said rivalry.
Do you think I would play? I was a photographer my senior year in high school. By then, Chris was long gone, but Chris was still to this day is a legend in Northern Orange County. I mean, he destroyed us. He destroyed all, he was, he ended up playing in the NFL in defense, but as a running back. Oh, man. But more importantly, honestly, respect, he went to Stanford. What kid from Northern Orange County goes to Stanford? There's very few of us. And
You didn't go to Stanford?
I went to Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa, man. Go Pirates, 1,000%. So it's been amazing, though, to see Chris, really have his career, but then give back so much to the community, and that's what you would hope most players, all professional athletes do, and a lot of them do. I mean, you would have more experience because you actually cover sports. I'm just a sports fan.
Well, we're all a little bit of reporters as sports fans nowadays because of our phones. We're able to look up stats almost as soon as any expert can. I am curious, though, from your perspective, because the LA Times did do a poll recently that said that 45% of Republicans were basically thinking that the NFL were doing too much for black people and black players, and that they would sort of kind of push back by not watching. Now, we didn't see that come to pass, obviously.
No.
The ratings for the regular season, the playoffs, and of course the Super Bowl were all up over years
And wasn't
previous.
it like 38 of the top 50 programs or something like that in the past year, 2021, were all NFL games?
Yeah, absolutely. This seems like an unstoppable juggernaut. So I am curious as to, if Chris is able to join us or just some of our future guests. What are their thoughts in terms of how the NFL has handled sort of the controversies, both recent and as well as past, and the fact that fans continue to watch no matter what happens in the NFL?
The NFL, or football in general, it's going to be one of those things that people they love to hate and they hate to love, but we're all going to watch. I mean, look, the Super Bowl is now a national holiday. Whether you want to see the game or you're just tuning in for the halftime show or just the crazy commercials, you're going to tune in and you're going to have an opinion about it. And Chris, one of our OGs, though, we're talking about high school football, we're talking about all of this, and this is a man who knows his high school football. LA Times prep sports columnist Eric Sondheimer is joining us right now. Eric, we're going to wait for you to pop up on the little square right there. There you are. What's up, Eric?
But he's pointing here.
He's pointing here. Are
Did
you
you
able
shoot a three-pointer? Is that what you're doing, or what's happening here?
Are you able to listen to us, Eric? Oh, he cannot hear.
He cannot hear.
No, you can't hear. He's talking about. Well, anyways, Eric Sondheimer, legendary prep columnist in Los Angeles. He's been writing about high school for decades. And so he knows, especially because the NFL, when the Rams came in, they said, we're going to help out the schools. Like the NFL cannot have a future without prep high school players, without young people joining into it. What do you know about what the Rams have done so far? What did they promise, at least?
Well, they've been very active in the community. And one of the things that they did early on that I was particularly happy about was that they really embraced LGBTQ plus pride as a franchise as well. I remember during June seeing the Rams throughout Santa Monica and Venice and along the area on the boardwalk, having signs up with the rainbow and the Rams, just letting people know that when we say we're for everyone, we really mean it. And I think that's a really important aspect in terms of helping the NFL that we talked about earlier move past some of its controversies by being an essential part of the community and understanding what that means and what those responsibilities are.
Wow, that's nice. Maybe I could be a Rams fan one day.
You see I'm staring at you like this, right?
Maybe.
Because if a Super Bowl won't get you over, what will?
I don't know. I got to see more.
Who's your
buy-in
team?
because I don't have a team.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're just being cantankerous for no reason
No,
at
I'm
all.
not being cantankerous. Look, I grew up in Anaheim. I did not like the Rams for a long time because those were the era. That was the era of the 49ers and the Raiders. But I gotta say, McVay, Donald, everything. I was not unhappy that the Rams won.
Okay. All right. I'll take what I can get.
And I think we got Chris Draft now. I feel, at least that's what the script tells me. Okay.
Follow
All right,
the
Chris
script.
Draft,
There he
NFL
is.
ambassador, former pro linebacker, pride of Valencia High. As in Valencia High School, sorry, Chris, you destroyed us at Anaheim all the time, but you are still a legend in Northern Orange County. Welcome to, welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
Cool. So, Chris, this is your hometown team. You're from Orange County. You played for the Rams when they were in St. Louis. Where were you on Sunday when you saw them win?
So I was actually at a watch party in downtown LA, and amazing. The Rams had asked me to do an appearance. So I was away from the stadium with all the tremendous energy of the stadium, but I had a chance to be with fans, with people that are really having a chance to experience what it means to have the Super Bowl in LA. I mean, all of this energy that is not just about the team, but about the whole city having a chance to show off.
And not only that, for like lifelong fans like you, this is literally a lifetime coming, seeing all that passion, finally having the team back in here and just saying, yes, we could do it. But I want to ask you about the poll that we were talking about, this idea that 45% of folks polled thinks that the NFL, quote, respects black players too much. What did you make of that?
I think that poll is really kind of a setup question. I mean, how do you respect your players more? I mean, the game is 73% black players. I mean, the fact that you respect your players, that's literally called what you do in terms of a business. It's a set of questions trying to turn it into something else. I think at the end of the day, regardless, white, black, I know that was, trying to get at Republicans, but really a lot of people, they go to the game as a way of escaping the reality of what's going on in their communities. And so for some people, if the teams or the players are doing something that goes in line with things that they care about, then they'll be excited about it. But if it's not, then it seems like it's in the way. But the reality is the players are men. They're men that are playing this is a job. This is not just a game, but it's a job. And so they live in their community. So if there's things that are happening that they are concerned about, they're going to stand up. They're going to say something. Well, hopefully they will.
No, totally. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, you came from a public high school. You were able to make it into the NFL. How are you seeing the Rams, help out public high schools, get their football programs, get them prosperous and get them, do good stuff?
Well, there's absolutely a commitment when they came back. I mean, building the stadium down in Inglewood, and for anybody who's from Southern California, you guys know this was always the issue. The Raiders came down because they were run away from Oakland. They came to the Coliseum. The Rams had already left to come down to Anaheim because they were looking for a stadium. They left to go to St. Louis because St. Louis gave them a football-only stadium and a facility. I mean, down here, they were at an old elementary school that's right down the street from where my folks live here in Anaheim. And so, what we saw is the change in this game has really played out in front of everybody, that we needed the owner that had that big bucks that are not just going to invest in a stadium, but invest in the community. And that's what happens when the team comes back. And that's what you see, that commitment to investing in these public schools and really investing in the community just in general is critical. It's not just something that they have to do because they came back, but it's something that you can do in a way that nobody else can do as an NFL team.
Yeah, and shout out again to you, Chris, the fact like you still go back to your high school, Valencia High. You're still so involved with young players and just with community. So thank you again for everything that you do.
Well, I tell you, I had an amazing opportunity on Super Bowl Sunday. So I watched the game at a watch party, but Super Bowl Sunday morning, I had some of the young people from my high school, a couple of them are my nephews, but some of the young people on their football team, we did an amazing workout. I only did a few push-ups and sit-ups, but hey, that's what it takes. I mean, I wanted them not to get comfortable. As amazing as it is that the Rams have won, the championship for them as a high school team is something that they have to do. So they can see what it took in terms of the Rams, but then hopefully all these teams all over this city, all over this area, SoCal, they recognize, well, what does it take? It takes work, getting it done.
Yeah. You should have seen Chris back in the days as a high school player, just destroyed all the competition. on defense, as a running back, I said earlier, it was just absolutely incredible.
What do you mean back in the day? He looks like he's good for 500 yards right now. It's absolutely amazing. Him, ED, they just stay in great shape.
That's absolutely amazing.
If you're going to hang out with other football players, I mean, you have to make sure that you're in shape, because literally they always want to touch your arm and check you out a little bit. And if you're not, if you're not on top of things, they're going to give you that look that says, hey, retirement's been well to you, which seems like a compliment, but really it's just a bunch of hate.
That's amazing. And really quickly, Chris, talk about the foundation that you run. You know, it's involving with survivors of cancer and all that.
So the Chris Draft Family Foundation, empowering families to live healthy lifestyles. We launched our team draft initiative based on the fact that my wife Keisha was diagnosed with lung cancer right when I finished up playing in the NFL, December of 2010, and she was 37 years old, and we found out the most important fact that anyone could get lung cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, just amazing. And I say that, but I actually had a teacher that I had taught with that got diagnosed after I left Valencia, but it didn't sink in until my wife was diagnosed in December 2010, and we found out that anyone could get it, and then really that too often it's diagnosed late stage. So she was diagnosed stage 4, and then unfortunately passed a year later. So this amazingly in shape woman passed a year later, but with this full support of the NFL, and my wife had danced in the NBA. I mean, we have this amazing platform, and you know, at our wedding, November 27, 2011, before she, you know, a month before she passed, we launched our team draft initiative that's committed to changing the face of lung cancer, led by my wife, of saying it's time for us to fight for other people. And so that's what we've done. We've used this platform, like, you know, this amazing platform to speak to the world. It's nothing without a message. And that message is that survivors matter. It's worth fighting for that. That research matters, and we have to celebrate those victories. So, you know, hopefully people saw it, you know, all over, you know, Southern Cal this past week, man, with survivors and other folks. And again, that's not just for lung cancer, because I had just the privilege of representing the Rams and giving tickets to a young man in West Coast, actually in Covina, a colon cancer survivor that went to the game. I mean, you just, you know, got a chance to run up on him a little bit and say, hey, I'm giving you Super Bowl tickets. And just what an amazing experience. And again, we have to celebrate the victories. Things are changing. I've had a chance to be on the front line of those things. Really, you know, last week before the Super Bowl week, I was actually at the White House for the Cancer Moonshot relaunch. And just being on the front lines, you get to see all the amazing work that's happening. So much of that is happening here at USC, City of Hope, UCLA, Providence, St. John, UCI, Hope, all these great places in Southern Cal that are not just providing resource for this community, but really changing things around the world for cancer survivors.
Really exemplary. We're going to bring on now Eric Sondheimer, who definitely remembers Chris from back in the days, because Eric's the king of prep sports in LA. Eric, welcome. How's everything, man?
Good. It's an amazing day. We waited so long to get an NFL team back in LA, and look what happens. It's going to be extraordinary, the impact that this championship is going to have on high schools in Los Angeles.
So, yeah, Eric, so can you talk about then the Rams, what they promised local high schools, football teams when they came here, and have they complied with those promises?
They've definitely ingrained themselves in the community. They've sponsored grade point average improvements in the LAUSD that's really helped inspire kids to study, to improve their grades, to do well in football. They're out in the community helping coaches all the time with clinics. Sean McVay has allowed coaches to come online and talk to him about plays. I mean, they promised to ingrain themselves in the community, and they are definitely fulfilling that, along with the Chargers, I have to say. So things are looking good. The only thing that I would criticize a little bit is the unavailability of the kids and to use SoFi. I mean, the CIF, which runs high school sports, would love to host a playoff game or a championship game at SoFi, but it is so prohibitively costly, along with the city section, that they've been unable to do that. So that would be the one disappointment that I would have and a lot of people have had. We've got to be able to get in there and experience that beautiful stadium that I've seen, but many others haven't been able to.
Eric, I know that you have talked about how involved that the Rams organization has been in the community. But your estimation, how long is that going to take before their involvement in the community turns into the community's love for the Rams?
I think it's getting there. Obviously, a Super Bowl championship helps, but will it top the Raiders' love? I don't know. That's going to be obviously tough to do, but I think it's headed in the right direction. As you know, the key to winning in LA is having a winning team.
Mm-hmm.
We are bandwagoners. We love winning teams. You know, even if the Clippers got really, really good like they did recently, LA embraces them. So I think LA is ready to re-embrace the Rams. You're already seeing it. Will it have that enthusiasm of the craziness of the Raiders? I hope not, because I don't want to see fights going on in a stadium like the Raiders.
Okay, that's unfair. You know, the last game that the Rams played, well, the last time the Rams and the Raiders played at Anaheim Stadium, there were fights all over the stands. I think everyone was mad that both of the teams were leaving, so like, we're just going to brawl. Eric, Chris, thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you see right there, LZ, people are lining up. Wow, like there's actual Rams fans in Los Angeles.
You know, the cynicism of yours is not a good look. This is championship time. This is parade time.
It's
this
Champs
is joy.
House, yeah.
You got Rampage over there. Oh, there's Big Wit. He had such a
he has
tremendous speech during the NFL award show.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
He's holding the Lombardi trophy right now.
Well deserved. You know, I thought he was headed toward the Hall of Fame prior to Sunday. I think this solidifies his trip to Canton.
It was an incredible game. The defense at the end just really stepped it up. You were talking about earlier, Aaron Donald, he took out, what, 4 quarterbacks this season?
I think he took out 4 quarterbacks. I definitely know that he took out, you know, Russell Wilson, his finger. The reason why his fingers got broken because of an Aaron Donald play. Not that he's doing that on purpose, but he's just a disruptive figure, and sometimes, you know, dishes break.
And then they brought on Von Miller. I mean, we saw Matt Stafford earlier with his trademark cigar and his hat. There's a Rams.
That's Rampage.
Rampage.
Yes.
I didn't know he had a nickname, or they had a nickname.
Also, it's genderless.
No, for sure. So we're now going to bring on our next guest, Erin Aubrey Kaplan, very familiar. I would say, you know, I hope she thinks I'm a friend, because I think she's a friend of mine. Erin, are you on the screen eventually? Because I was told that.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Erin. What's going on?
Oh, not much, Gustavo. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. And we also have an assembly member from the area as well.
Assemblymember Brian, how are you?
It's good to be with you all.
Fantastic. So, initial thoughts coming off of Sunday. Was it a whoo? Were you angry? Where were you? Because everyone who pops on our screen isn't necessarily a Rams fan.
Let's go to assembly member first and Erin, because I have a question for Erin. So go for it, assembly member.
Yeah, I think if we all did our job as well as Aaron Donald does his job, California would be a place. I was cheering. I was excited that halftime show to see Snoop, Dre, Kendrick, everybody doing their thing. LA was very proud.
No, totally. Erin, you wrote an op-ed for the Los Angeles Times. You've been writing for years, actually, about Inglewood and specifically the impact that SoFi and all this development has. And your writing, I think it's great, but when I interviewed the mayor for Inglewood, James Butts, and I mentioned your name, he sighed. He was not happy to hear your name. So just to tell people, what do you write about, you know, the warnings that you have about SoFi and all this? Everyone's all happy right now, but you say, like, it's not always going to be happy. It's not necessarily happy.
Well, first of all, the traffic was great. They seemed to solve the traffic problem on Sunday that they could not solve in the regular season. It was that was good. But my issue all along has just been kind of like, what does Inglewood want? What's best for Inglewood? You know, we lived through the sports franchise of the Lakers, and 40 years of the Lakers didn't translate into development for Inglewood or betterment really for the city. People come in, they come out, and I hope the SoFi phenomenon will change that model. History is against it, but I would like to see somehow this particular development beat back gentrification, benefit everybody in the city, uplift the economy, keep housing affordable. I don't know how this is all going to happen, but the jury is still sort of out at this point.
Assemblymember Bryan, to that point, it's our understanding that you fought extremely hard to make sure that the jobs that were being offered to the community weren't your typical low-paying, no benefits, minimum wage jobs, but actually unionized in order to get higher wages. Is that correct?
Absolutely, but the real fight was Unite Here Local 11 and their members and the residents of Inglewood, right? To make sure that, as Aaron mentioned, you have this trade-off where you're promised a stadium, you don't want displacement, you don't want gentrification, so what you're told is it'll bring jobs. But the community doesn't want jobs, they want livable wage jobs, They want union jobs, right? And so Unite Here Local 11 is working SoFi Stadium. We're really, really proud of that. But the concerns that have still been raised are concerns that we've got to keep a close eye on. We got to keep the neighborhood and be able to invest in it at the same time.
No, you don't want, Inglewood, legendary Black enclave. You do not want it completely gentrified, completely lose all of that history that you saw during the halftime show, that you saw in the stands, that you saw all around.
But that's always the great riddle, right? How do you get both? How do you continue to improve a neighborhood and have these fantastic facilities like a SoFi Stadium without pushing out the people who makes the neighborhood a neighborhood to begin with? Are you satisfied with the progress that's been made right now by Kroenke and his team in terms of meeting those needs of the community while also celebrating, the lavishness of SoFi Stadium?
How do you think it landed, Aaron?
I think it's a little too early to tell. I hope that the Rams, the NFL, Stan Kroenke will do more than just than window dressing. But it's really up to the city government and city leaders. I think there's a big part for them to play in connecting the opulence of SoFi and all the promise it seems to hold to bettering the city. Inglewood is, I think, unless I'm mistaken, the last Black, significantly Black town in LA County, and a lot is riding on its prosperity. I just hope that the market forces don't overrun everything, all the good intentions, all the policies that are in place, because I think what Inglewood needs is an economy, and we don't exactly have that.
What do you want to see? What would be a representation of them doing it right? Like, I hear what you're saying in terms of you don't want people being left behind because of gentrification. What's a sign to show that they're doing it right and that people aren't being left behind?
Is that for me?
Yeah, that's for you, Aaron.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's for you, Good Trouble.
Well, what would I like to see? Well, for one thing, I'd like to see some community input into what happens in Inglewood. In the column that Gustavo mentioned, I talked about this long ago phenomenon of 2004 when Walmart, which Stan Kroenke was involved in, this, Walmart wanted to come here and build a supercenter. The voters rejected that, but this particular development many years later did not require a vote. And so it just feels like the same old of huge things happening, things with a lot of money at stake, and the residents don't really have a say in it. And Inglewood's a small city. This is typically what happens. The NFL locates in a small city. It's really too big a stadium for this small city, and it overtakes the city. And I worry about the residents just having a say in what goes up, what goes down.
Yeah, no, it's here in Southern California, we know how small it is, but just in case you're not from Southern California, it is literally a town. Like, I remember there was this great Guatemalan restaurant right across the stadium when they were construction. I still hope it's there, but when you have huge construction like that, Assembly member, it directly impacts the small town vibe of a place. So what do you hope that the Rams do or continue to do to make sure that Inglewood remains Inglewood?
Yeah, I mean, the Rams as an organization and as individual players are already embedding themselves in the community. And it's great to see that. As was mentioned earlier, it's really about leadership and elected officials. Inglewood did not have rent control for a very long time. It was hard fought, it was earned, but there's a sunset provision on it right now. And I would love to make sure that our leaders step up to not let it sunset, but instead to double down on it. Because if we let it sunset and we let rents skyrocket and then we reinstitute it, we're going to lose the neighborhood, right? And so we've got to put those protections in. But I have a lot of confidence that the Rams leadership, players, otherwise, are going to heavily invest in the community, because the good luck charm to this Super Bowl was being in Inglewood. It wasn't just the players, it was the whole community.
Absolutely.
Assemblymember Bryan, before we go, I just have one quick question for you. Do you believe you can hang upside down like 50 Cent and spit some bars if need be it.
Especially if Dre calls. If Dre calls, I'm upside down. I'm ready.
Assemblymember Aaron, thank you so much for being on with us. Everyone, read Aaron Aubrey Kaplan's columns, always awesome. More for the LA Times, hopefully, than the New York Times, but we forgive you for that one.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Gustavo.
Awesome. Now we're getting more, there's lighting up those double-decker buses now in some parking lots, so that's going to be cool.
Do you think there's a chance LeBron James shows up? Did you see his tweet about how he thought that the Lakers and Dodgers, who both won championships prior, but obviously weren't able to do a parade because of the pandemic, he was thinking they should do like the Avengers and assemble.
Justin Turner as well. I respect the sentiment to that, but come on, LeBron. You've had so much shine. Let the Rams do their thing. Our colleague Bill Plaschke wrote about that. He was far harsher than LZ and I about the idea, but it's like, let them have their shine. There's so many people. So, again, long-suffering LA Rams fans, or just Rams fans. You're one, the one that I remember my friend Ben Escobedo out of El Monte. Loved them from the days of Jack Youngblood, Roman Gabriel for crying out loud, through all the Vince Ferragamo, through the years, and now you have a championship. It's incredible. It
is a championship, and it is incredible. I will say, just in his defense, not sure if this is a reason he came up later or not, but LeBron did say it wasn't for him, it's for his teammates who had never won a championship before, and experiencing what that would be like. They missed out on this opportunity, which only means they got to get it together this year or next year and make sure the rest of the guys get a chance to hit a championship parade.
Yeah, you want a parade? Win. Simple as that. I will say the idea would have been crazy. It would have been incredible. Maybe if all of you win all your championships in 1 year, then definitely do it for November. Mix it up with Dia de los Muertos. Why not? All of Southern California, make it 4th of July so we have parade, like nonstop fireworks. That's what I would say.
We just saw a close shot of one of the heroes of the game. Were you happy with the choice for MVP?
It was more for me a season thing. Like, Cooper it was funny because during the game, my wife's like, why are they booing? They're saying Coop. It was like almost like the Mr. Burns boo earns or whatever. But no, like his game was modest. He scored the game-winning touchdown. He had, but the season that he had was amazing. So it probably should have gone to someone in the defense because the defense was what ended up winning the game, especially after the Rams lost OBJ. Like, OBJ was going to Lynn Swan territory. When that ended, when he hurt his knee, I'm like, oh, man. And that's how the Bengals were able to claw back, and the defense held the line. So, but come on, no one's unhappy with Cooper Kupp. What an amazing season. Like modern-day Tom Waddle.
Wow. Chicago on us.
I know. Or fine, Lance Allworth, we want to go back, or way back, Don Hudson.
You keep asking where are the Rams fans. I think I can see them gathering now.
It's like the gathering of the Juggalos, man. They're slowly starting to get together right there. Kobe Bryant jersey, you have to respect, of course, the legend Kobe. Is that an old Rams jacket that I saw right there? That was pretty cool.
Do you like the new look of the logos?
Yeah, I mean, it works.
It works?
Yeah, I mean...
It's kind of beachy. I know when the logo first was released, a lot of people were like kind of thumbs down, but it definitely has grown on me. Maybe it's the championship. Championship makes every design look better.
No, look, in this day and age, especially in Los Angeles, you're going to get logos that are going to grow on people. If it looks beachy, well, look, the stereotype still of Southern California, of the Beach Boys, of palm trees. Look at the LA Times. We have palm trees outside, out of nowhere, big, huge palm trees that look like the palm trees from In-N-Out. So you have to play up to that stereotype.
There's the man, Sean McVay.
And now we're going to go to our colleague, Carolina A. Miranda, a fellow columnist, writes about art, architecture, urban planning, and we're going to talk about, well, let's bring on Carolina. Let's ask her. What's up, Carolina?
Hi. I'm just hoping you won't ask me any questions about the game or the players.
We wouldn't dare ask you a sports question.
Run and shoot or triple threat option. No, Carolina, you wrote a column about the parade because we forget we're talking here, but we're doing the live shots of the parade. What's been the history of LA parades?
Well, like all things LA, it's a spotty history. We were very good at parades, and then we were bad at parades, and then we've gotten good at parades again. In the 1950s, there was these fantastic ticker tape parades that were held on Broadway. What you see on camera now is an image of the Welcome Parade in 1958 for the Dodgers. And usually the traditional route is the parades would start on Lower Broadway around 9th and Broadway, head up Broadway in downtown, and then make a right on 1st Street towards City Hall.
Cool. And then what's a bad parade? So if that was a good parade, what's a bad parade? That's what I'm curious about.
It's a bad parade. It's like a parade for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, that hurts.
It would have been a bad parade for us.
But
well, you know, the last time in LA, there's a couple of examples, but the last time an LA team won, and I think the only time an LA team won the Super Bowl was the Raiders in 1984, in which case there was no parade because the Raiders were too cheap to pay for their share of
what
the
an
parade.
outrageous move.
So instead, they held a rally at City Hall to which like 8 players didn't show up. And then when Mayor Tom Bradley, I guess, wanted to open the whole event by introducing all of the members of the city council and the board of supervisors, and the crowd that had assembled was not having it. Like, he was getting booed. And then I believe that year was the year in which the Raiders had beat the Redskins, which is the team now known as the Washington Commanders, of course. And the Washington writers, sports writers, made a lot of hay of the fact that more people turned out to greet the losing team in DC than turned out to greet the winning team here in Los Angeles. So that non-parade definitely goes down in the annals of parade disgrace in Los Angeles.
Amazing. The parade, it's happening right now. People are cheering. Oh, wow, LAPD.
Wow.
You see buses going on through there, holding up the trophies. Are you surprised, though, Carolina, that the parade's not going to pass through Inglewood, where, you know, where the Rams actually play?
Yeah, I have to say it's a really weird route. First of all, it's very, very short. As I noted in my story about parades, probably the distance most people are going to walk to their car is longer than this parade route. And it literally goes around the corner. It's 2 blocks. And then while the Rams do have a historic connection to the LA Coliseum where this parade is ending up, you know, their home now is Inglewood. And as we were just hearing on the previous segment, that stadium has been very disruptive of Inglewood. And so it seems weird not to hold some sort of celebration in the town that is your home. You know, when the Lakers used to play at the Forum, they would do their downtown parade, but then they would go do a fan event at the Forum with the mayor of Inglewood, a way of acknowledging that their home base was Inglewood and not Los Angeles.
Carolina, thank you so much for being with us, and I can't wait for your next parade column, and maybe next year.
Okay. All right. Hopefully this will be a good one and won't go down in the annals of parade disgrace.
I did not know there was bad parades, LZ. That's incredible.
I didn't know there were bad parades either, except if they were for the other team.
Of course. We're going to watch the parade for a little bit. Me and LZ, we're actually going to be quiet for a little bit, so just linger on the images. You are, whose house are we watching, LZ?
Champ's house.
Champ's house, 1,000%. This is a cool parade. I think Carolina's going to like this parade. You're seeing the confetti. We saw Sean McVay earlier, the coach of the Rams, of course, drinking something out of red cup. There's a Lombardi.
Once the red cups come out, you know it's a party.
Totally. You got like 4 or 5 double-decker buses slowly going through. I saw passing the Shrine Auditorium.
Did you see that quick shot of Les Snead, the Rams general manager? It looked as if he was wearing a T-shirt with his picture on it. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, Gustavo, but there's this phrase that's been used in many references to the pics that he keeps sending out. And I do believe that T-shirt he was wearing was in reference to those pics.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I would allow the people to go on the Googles to see what that T-shirt says, as I would not be allowed to say those words on a live broadcast here.
So what's their chances for next year to repeat?
You know what? That's a great question, because I think most of that conversation has to do with finances more so than talent. You know, what happens to OBJ? What happens to Von Miller?
Yeah.
There's conversations about Sean McVay, whose contract is up in 2023 and has briefly floated the idea that perhaps he may want to step away in order to spend more time with his family that he would like to have. Now, we don't know if that was a ploy, obviously, to make Mr. Kroenke, you know, pump up the dollars a little bit more, or if he's really considering, you know, stepping away.
He's a millennial. They're all resigning nowadays. They want to spend time for themselves, you know?
No, it's not just the millennials. A couple of Gen Xers as well.
Exactly.
But then there's also the conversation of just in regards to how exactly are you going to reassemble this receiving core? Remember, Robert Woods got injured midway through the season. How do you reassemble him? What happens to Van Jefferson? We saw a couple of young players have an opportunity after OBJ went down. So I think there are a lot of questions in terms of the makeup of the team for next season, and that's going to be driven more by finances than anything.
No, totally. And as we're watching the parade, we're going to introduce another guest.
Yes, we have with us a Trojan and the head coach of Dorsey High School, Mr. Stefan Johnson. Stefan, there you go. What's up, bro?
Right.
How you living?
Beautiful day in LA, man. Do you see this? This is amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. Now, you were born and raised in Compton. How was it to see your hometown get so much national love, especially during the halftime show?
I'm a true LA baby, from Pop Warner to age group track to baseball. I ran through these LA streets my whole life, and I'm doubling back, and I'm the head coach of my alma mater and my high school where I originated from, and a true brand of Dorsey High School. And it's just a wonderful feeling to seeing this, man. I think LA needs it to pump the exposure, pump the excitement back in Los Angeles.
Now, not only were you a star at SC, you went on to play for the Titans, as well as the Washington football team. Now they're called the Commanders. Who knows what they'll be called next season. As you chose to return to your alma mater, Dorsey, to be the head football coach, can you talk a little bit as to what went into that thought process? Why did you want it to come back to your alma mater?
It's no place like home, man. Look at how much love LA is showing the Rams in itself. You know, I think that coming back home and getting back into the inner city where the kids really deserve it, and where everybody takes away from us, you know, and we want to keep our babies back home and show all the talent, all the resources, all the networking that we can bring to this community can be amazing, as you can see right here with the world champion Rams.
How difficult is it for you to rebuild Dorsey to its glory when you have so many elite private schools like Mater Dei basically recruit the athletes that normally may have gone to your school?
Like I said, we got to keep our babies back home. They know where they get their talent from. They know where they come digging from. And we just got to make sure that we bring the resources and bring the networking right there to the inner city where everybody should be at, and try to alleviate all these outside entities from taking from what's really ours, you know, and rightfully so. Some people wants to get outside, but right there, just look how much this is, man. This is amazing, man. This is right here in the heart of Los Angeles. They're going past a street that I've went past my whole life, which is Figueroa. Like, this is amazing, man. Like the Lakers winning, I remember playing in the basketball and playing on the playground, and I was amazed because it was at the Lakers. But just imagine now the kids have something to say that our football team have won the world championship. It's amazing.
You talked about the parade going through the heart of the city. What is it going to take, in your opinion, for the Rams to have the heart of the city?
They got it. They got it. Winning solves everything.
Wait, hold on. Now, hold on, bro. I can't let you roll like that. LA local viewership of the Super Bowl, LA wasn't even in the top 10. So it looks to me like there's still some work that needs to be done, no?
Absolutely. I think that they just didn't have to wake everybody up. It just woke everybody to seeing like how the Dodgers at one time, you know, once they start winning and once they start putting the different people on the field and bringing in superstars like McVay and Cup and Odell Beckham and Von Miller and AD, man, come on, man. It's only a matter of time. You still got LeBron down the street. You still got all these different big pieces, man. And ain't no place like home, man. LA, the greatest county ever.
Stephon, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Stay up, bruh. Are you going to the parade? Where are you right now?
No, I'm at home, man. I had to do some work at home, but I'm watching it. It's the greatest seat I could find, and I don't want to get too much in there.
Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Blessings.
If you went to high school in SoCal before the turn of the millennium, the Super Bowl, man, it felt like a kickback during like third period at someone's house. But it was more than just West Coast hip hop nostalgia, though. It was in many respects. Really, it was a tribute to Black LA. And joining us to talk about that halftime show is Adam Blackstone, the musical director of the Super Bowl halftime show. Adam's worked with the biggest names in music, from Jay-Z to Janet Jackson to that halftime show that was just awesome. Adam, welcome and congratulations again. Great job.
Thank you, guys. How you doing?
Just watching the game, all these different
Watching
things.
the parade and still
that's what you
buzzing
call
from
it.
Sunday's halftime show.
Amazing, amazing. Shout out, congratulations to the Rams and congratulations to LA County for sure. We were excited to not only represent the town with Dr. Dre and Snoop being right from there, but also just to represent our genre of hip hop, to let the world know that it belongs on the world biggest stage.
Represent TAMS 21. That alone right there. When I saw that, I'm like, wow, incredible. And you posted on Instagram, there was a video of you on stage with Dre just after the performance on Sunday. What do you remember about that moment?
Yeah, that was actually during the performance, as a matter of fact.
Damn.
Kendrick Lamar was going on, and it was it was one of those moments where you couldn't dream of a better way to just be at the game. You couldn't dream of a better way to be included in the incredible music that was going on. And I was just, at that moment, I was very thankful to God, man. It's been a long time coming that we've had a hip hop headliner. It's been there at the Super Bowl before, but just to be announced, to be headlining, and then to, like I said, for those guys to represent LA how they do and have done in their iconic careers, it was a blessing to be up there. Me being an East Coast boy, I was just, in awe by the West Coast Cali love, as we would say, that they were showing us all.
But they don't say, no one calls it Cali. That's what people are saying. Call it Cali and all that. And if you're from the East Coast, man, you nailed it. Everything from the Impalas to the stage to the setup of all of that, the music. How long was the planning for all of this?
Yeah, I think that we got the call from Roc Nation and Jay-Z probably September, October. And even months before that, they were planning out logistics. But I think the creative process starts around October for sure. This thing has so many moving parts, 400 cast members, over 500 in the crew. And we executed, I feel, effortlessly on Sunday. And we made it look effortless, as I should say, but it really isn't. It's a hard task.
Now, Adam, we got to, dispel some rumors or at least get some more information out there. Because after the show, Twitter blew up because Eminem took a knee. Can you explain to us what exactly was that process? Was the NFL in on it or not? Was it something Eminem had rehearsed during rehearsals, or were you shocked by it? Can you just walk us through Eminem and his knee? And most importantly, was it for Kaepernick or was his knee just hurting?
Oh, jeez.
Marshall Mathers is very calculated. I do not think his knee was just hurting. He has always been a voice of what hip hop and what Black culture has done for him in his career. And this, to me, was another sign of him paying homage to that culture and our culture. So we need allies like him, and I commend him on his stance and what he did during the Super Bowl.
No, everyone was talking about it. Whether he did it, whatever the intention was behind it, the fact is people are talking about it. People were remembering, yeah, Kaepernick did this, was ostracized by the NFL. I thought it was important. Kudos to him for whatever the reason was.
Very important, yes.
So 50 Cent, whose decision was it to have him be a guest star? And how in the heck did you suspend that big man upside down that long?
Oh man, I think that was a definite Dre and Jimmy Iovine and Eminem call. And we got to realize, man, the average watcher of this show is an older crowd, football going crowd, and it's undeniable that 50's song permeates the world. That song in the club is a stadium anthem no matter where you go. So it only was right, him being, an aftermath artist under Dr. Dre. Let's add one of the biggest artists, biggest songs in the world in our set as a surprise and see what happens. And he's turned some heads, and I think it was one of the most talked about moments. And even sonically, man, when that song comes on, you can't help but groove.
True that. But for real though, how did he hang up upside down? That
was all the classic choreography work of Miss Fatima Robinson. And she wanted to recreate that iconic video and that moment, and she did that so well.
Yeah, 50 did Quads Day for years on end just to get to that moment again.
Now, you've produced live performances for the Oscars, the Grammys, other Super Bowl shows. How was this particular show different?
Yeah, I come from the stage, and I'm so blessed to be the musical director for a bunch of your favorite artists, and I think this one was way different for me. The impact that hip-hop was going to have on the NFL, the impact it was going to have on the world, and not only that, me having these 5, 6 incredible artists trusting me to, give their best, put their best foot forward musically. We only had 13 minutes, 14 minutes, and the Super Bowl is really what we call a catalog show. People just want to hear the hits. So it's hard to cram that all in when you have so many incredible, iconic artists. I'm so thankful that they trusted me to do it. And I also think that, people left wanting more, which is a good thing. They didn't miss anything, but they left wanting more. And so that's how it was different for me, just to make sure each artist was represented in the time allotment.
Really quickly, Adam, do you know if Snoop knows that he's being memed looking like the Santo Niño de Atocha, this Mexican apparition of baby Jesus? He stole the outfit from El Santo Niño, man.
I didn't know that, and I don't know if he knows that. Him being in his own world and being a huge Rams fan and the music icon that he is, man, we just were having a good time and, looking the part, feeling the part, rapping the part. He did a great job.
Well, he wasn't the only one. You did a great job as well. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you,
you did the damn thing. Thank you so much, Adam Blackstone.
Thank you for having me, and look forward to, seeing y'all again, and go Rams.
Go Rams. See, he understood the assignment. Go Rams.
Go Rams. Go Rams. Go Rams. That's what they say. What are we seeing here now? Who's they're going slowly down the whole parade? I think someone stole your poncho. I saw someone wearing a Rams poncho.
I hate to break the news to you, but I think it's mass-produced. It's really good to see OBJ with that smile on his face.
Yeah.
This is a young man who, left the Giants after, splashing to the scene in not such a good way.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know about the controversy and the drama surrounding Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He had his choice of franchises. They kind of wanted him with Green Bay Packers, who didn't win a single playoff game this year. He's talked about being really close to joining the Patriots, but he decided to come to the Rams, and at doing so, ended up a world champion. It's fantastic to see him. Disappointing, obviously, that he got hurt.
Yeah.
But he's such a good dude, man, and it's so glad to see that he finally got that ring.
Yeah, no, you talk about the scope of his career. Started off as incredible catches. I mean, anytime you see a one-handed grab, you think OBJ, straight up like that nowadays. That's how I kind of came to him. And yeah, but he was playing for the Giants. Giants not really do much, ever. Not for a long time. And here, there's McVay passing by that United thing that they have in Exposition Park right there.
Can you think of another coach that has had such a blazing start to his career? 2 trips to the Super Bowl, 1 title, 4 trips to the postseason, 3 division titles. I mean, when he was hired as the youngest head coach of all time, obviously we had no idea what to expect from him. But I honestly can't think of another NFL head coach that had such a fantastic start.
God, you'd have to go maybe Don Shula when he was with the Baltimore Colts and they went. But even then, he wasn't that young anymore.
Right,
he was already, he was middle-aged at that point because you didn't hire people. You'd probably have to going back to the days of the player coaches when it was like the Portsmouth Bulldogs or something like that. I just made up that town. Somewhere in Ohio.
Make it up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a Cali boy. Yes, we say Cali there.
You know, the thing I find really interesting about,
we have the first shirt
Sean is that he, you know, as we mentioned earlier, rumors of him stepping away and possibly going to the television booth so that he can raise his family and be more active in, you know, ideally his children's lives. There's big AD right there letting them know that them retirement rumors are just that, rumors. Look at that bruh. He ain't going nowhere. He hadn't had carbs since carbs had him.
Aaron Donald, you want to talk about, we talk about fast starts. This is a man, 8 years now, has been dominant every single year. One of the greats of all time in his position, you think, at this point?
Oh, I don't think there's any question when you add up all the accolades, but he was missing this one piece.
Yeah.
And now that he's got this one ring, and again, the rumors are out there, he's contemplating retirement. And I just think that that would just be a really bad move unless his heart is not into it. Because once you walk away from this game, you know, and once you spend some time watching the other guys, you got to think that those juices start flowing again. And him being so young, to walk away from the game and still having so much more to give, I would hate for him to have regrets.
Yeah.
So, you know, if he is thinking about it because his heart is not into it, that's fine. But if it was just a flippant remark, hopefully he can just forget about it and come back and let's run this back.
Yeah, no, I remember from the minute that they drafted him, there was all this hype, you know, going back from college, and he has totally played off. And it's great, I gotta say this, it's great to see players just so happy, seeing the fans, like there's Matt Stafford right there, just luxuriating in all the love that they're feeling from these folks.
Matt Stafford, man, talk about a way to change the narrative of your life, right?
I put out a tweet when he threw the interception.
Which one?
Stafford is Staffording.
You know what? I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of y'all Stafford haters. Can I just be real with you for a second?
I like them, but go on.
Why do you guys only remember the bad throws? You only remember the bad throws, like going, oh, Stafford's going to Stafford. Oh, here comes the Detroit version of him. And it's like every single quarterback in the league has thrown picks.
But the great thing, no one's going to remember that anymore because he's a champion.
You just remembered it.
So, I had to say.
And you triggered me.
I am admitting how clueless I was. So I'm admitting my own error, and now I'm saying after this, like with the Mannings, both the Mannings, especially Peyton, no one, or better yet, going back to John Elway. John Elway, everyone always thought he can't win the big games. Then he won 2 in a row, and you don't really hear about that anymore. So kudos to Stafford, who by all accounts is just a good guy.
He is a good guy, and what a tremendous run he had. Remember, the Super Bowl comeback was the 3rd straight comeback in the postseason that he led. He came back against the Tampa Bay Bucks and was able to get that game-winning field goal. He came back against the 49ers, who had beaten the Rams 6 consecutive times, including the last regular season game, which could have cost them the division title, but the Cardinals couldn't finish their job, and so the Rams were still able to go ahead and win the division title. And then, obviously, in the Super Bowl, if there's anyone, I think, who was able to change the narrative about their story, obviously Matt Stafford comes out #1 this season.
That's you're hearing the horns. There he is again.
Man, what a good time.
Did he catch it? Someone threw it.
He didn't catch the last pass that Cooper Kupp threw to him.
Someone got a WWE belt. Damn.
Who do you think is going to be the Mark Madsen? Who's going to do some awkward dancing once we get to the rally?
Who's going to talk in Spanish? That's what we remember him. The awkward dance is one thing, but of course Mark Madsen was a 13th man for the LA Lakers back in the early 2000s, gets up, starts speaking fluent Spanish because he was a Mormon missionary and he learned that. Who would it be? Oh, man. It'd be great if Cooper did it, just to like solidify his stance as just like the king right now of LA. But if Stafford could do it, that would be great as well.
Listen, Stafford got us a championship. I don't even speak in Spanish, too. One step at a time, bruh. One step at a time.
Ahí vamos, ahí vamos.
I didn't see Eric Weddle. Have you seen him on there?
No. I mean,
What a crazy story.
Just came back. I mean, was in retirement for a couple of years. Rams lose their, was it cornerback? Then they're like,
their safety.
Safety, yeah, the safety, and they call him up, hey, man, we need you. It's like, step up, soldier, and that's exactly what he did.
It wasn't just we need you. It was, are you fat? And we need you.
Yeah, and then the injury and all of that.
He tore his pec. I remember seeing the tackle, and he immediately grabbed his pec, and I thought, oh, no, he's not going to be able to play. But he wisely decided, hey, this is the last game of the season. I have plenty of time to recover.
He did a Jack Youngblood. Jack Youngblood legendarily played with a broken leg when the from the LA Rams lost in the Super Bowl to the Steelers at the Rose Bowl. But that is just like, you know it. Like, this is your chance. You have to pull through it one way or another. You make it happen.
That's
a good crowd. It's a good crowd.
It's a really good crowd.
It's no Lakers crowd, but hey, the Rams are, well, if the Rams continue on this, I think, well, let me ask you this. Say McVay does retire. How crucial is McVay to the Rams?
I tell you what, and I wrote about this in my column coming off the game, that I really feel that because of the way he started and he's delivered the championship, that his next big act, if you will, needs to be getting that crowd larger. It needs to be getting the neighborhoods in Inglewood to care that the Super Bowl is being played blocks away from their house.
He's a likable guy.
He's a very likable guy, and I really think he's in position. If he were to stay and become more invested in the community over time, he can be a Tommy Lasorda. He can be a Pat Riley. He can be one of those iconic figures, and not just a champion who passes through the city, but actually a champion who embodies the city. I think he really has an opportunity to do that. And I don't want to poo-poo work-life balance, you know, because I believe in what he talked about. But if it really was just him thinking out of, the top of his head as he's contemplating his life moving forward, I really hope he takes a look at that crowd and say, hey, can we double this size next go round? And you can only do that by being invested in the community and getting people to love you.
Can you make this city into a Ram city as opposed to a Raider city?
Or a Niner city.
Or all the
other teams, exactly.
But if he could get to that, I mean, that would be legend status in a way that I'm trying to think of other, football coaches who are transformative like that. I mean, someone like Belichick, they transformed the team, but it's one thing to transform a team. Anyone can do that. Transform a community, that's a whole thing. They're about to get to the Coliseum. The Coliseum, the original home of the Rams, back from the 1950s through the fearsome foursome, through Vince Ferragamo, all those classic years when the Rams were the team of Hollywood, the team of Los Angeles.
Exactly. They're heading back there now to hold the rally. It's kind of bittersweet in some ways because remember when the Rams moved back, they played in the Colo.
Yeah.
And then they left, which disappointed me because I live downtown. It was easier for me to get to those games.
Yeah. It's an iconic venue, too. I mean, I'm thankful. I don't think neither the Rose Bowl nor the Coliseum is going to be leaving us anytime soon. They're just too iconic. But having SoFi Stadium, I mean, the Rams, they wanted that stadium. They're making it happen. They obviously made it happen. Let's hope that they continue to build on Inglewood and keep, bring prosperity to the city more.
Well, and it's not just about SoFi Stadium and the Rams. Remember, the NFL has a huge office in that complex as well now. And if you listen to the Commissioner Goodell's press conference prior to the Super Bowl, he talked lovingly about Los Angeles and having more events here. Now, whether that means more Super Bowls, possibly hosting the Pro Bowl, I don't think that people in Los Angeles have to fear this team leaving again.
No.
Because it's not just an individual owner now who's trying to hold it down, but the league itself is establishing itself in the city of Los Angeles. I don't know if you had a chance to walk through that building. I did.
No.
It is absolutely incredible. It matches the beauty of SoFi Stadium. And so it seems as if the league itself is invested. And I don't think we have anything to fear in terms of this team leaving in any time soon.
No. I mean, they've put in all the money. They really can't because they put so much of their money. No public money went into SoFi Stadium. So Kroenke is really putting, making that investment. He has to. I mean, what happened with the lawsuit with St. Louis that they put against?
There was a settlement,
settlement
approaching $800 million.
Oh boy. Hey, I think it was worth it.
I'm not writing the check. What do I care?
Exactly.
Speaking of the check.
Oh, there's the man, Rams love. Oh, with the old school logo right there. That's cool.
Man, look at the energy right there at the Coliseum.
People are throwing T-shirts at the Rams players, not the other way around.
Are they telling Aaron Donald to get dressed?
Who would want that?
Show?
Yeah, is it a family? Oh, come on. He looks like, came right out of Muscle Beach in Venice, like looks perfectly fine. Has a pecs definitely to justify that.
There's a happy Sean McVay right there. He's getting married this summer.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because of the pandemic, their wedding was actually delayed by a year. And, I was hoping that, nothing bad would happen because, some couples didn't make it on the other side of spending all that time together.
I know a couple. Let's leave it at that. A couple of couples.
I'll put it this way. Me and my husband kind of spent some days apart as best we could because we got on each other's nerves. So.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. No, you gotta take care of it yourselves. Totally.
Well, as we wait for the Rams to reach the Colo, we're going to take a brief commercial break here.
How we came to understandings about how we live in this environment is tied to the ground, isn't it? And our place with it. We're here as guests.
I was in Skid Row.
You were?
I just got my apartment 2 weeks ago. You ever wanted to walk through hell? Walk through Skid Row.
God has blessed you and given you a place to stay.
Yeah, you have to worry about watching your back now.
When did you move to Estados Unidos?
April 17, 1955.
I think about the American dream. I want my daughter to have full access to that. I don't want her to have to grow up and think she needs to fight in this social justice revolution.
I wrote this letter to the LA Times trying to address the excessive amount of pollution that we breathe in daily.
I wrote to the Los Angeles Times because of the culture of the Torrance police.
I wrote to the LA Times because there's other cities who already ban leaf blowers.
I wrote to the Los Angeles Times to point out the problems with illegal abortion.
Welcome back to Champ's House. We're looking at the Rams parade. They're right about to get into the rally part. They've reached the Coliseum. So far, so good.
Who speaks first?
It has to be McVay.
Does it?
He's the most energetic one. He's the one. I mean, really, a lot of this team has been because of what he's been doing, that enthusiasm. Maybe they'll give it to Stafford. It's not going to be Coop as much as I would love it to be Coop, but what are you going to do? So we're now going to welcome a really special guest, Sheila E., the queen of percussion, Emmy-nominated, Grammy-nominated musician, performed with music legends from Prince to Gloria Estefan, to name only a few. And Sheila E. now joins us from Oakland. Sheila, what's up? What's going on?
I'm great, thank you. How are you all?
Good. Just so excited to talk to you. What did you think of the Super Bowl halftime show?
It was amazing. Are you kidding? It was incredible. The music was on point. It sounded like we were listening to, like we were in the studio. That's how it sounded, plus being live. And then the set was it was really cool. It was very well thought out. It was great.
Yeah, I love Sheila's hoop earrings. That shows you're real, Sheila. Not that anyone ever doubted you, of course. And there was a full-out fight that broke out on Twitter over who had the better halftime show, Prince in 2007 or this one with Dr. Dre. I mean, even Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar joined in with this tweet. And, of course, you were close with Prince. What do you think he would have thought of Sunday's performance?
Well, you can't compare the two. I mean, what Prince did is what he did. It just happened to rain when he did Purple Rain. during halftime. That was just, you couldn't have planned it any other way.
Only Prince could have done that, by the way. No one else could have ever possibly have done that. God bless them.
Exactly. But you know, definitely the halftime show this time was incredible. A good one in a very long time. Needed to happen, and it was. And I think he would have had a great time being there and loving it. And we probably 100% sure we would have done the after party and we would have all been jamming together. That's what I miss. I know that would have happened.
Oh, yeah.
We still want you to rank them, though. Did halftime Sunday surpass Prince's halftime in Miami?
I answered your question by saying you can't compare the two. Prince is Prince, and that's all I got to say.
That's true.
What do you think was the halftime show for Black LA?
First of all, I think that the community was represented well. It was very tasteful. The set was amazing. The way that everything was laid out. I mean, I just thought it was just very, it was just on point. It really was. And we were well represented. The community was very proud. And, you know, people think about hip hop, it's like has only reached just the community. And it has reached the burbs. It has reached everywhere. You know, I mean, hip hop is everywhere. It's the number one, next to country music, the number one music around. So you've got a lot of other people that you would not think know all of these songs.
Sheila E., as we said earlier, you're in Oakland. What's next for you? Are you going out on the road? Are you working with any organizations at home?
Yeah, I just flew here this last night to, I'm wearing this big sweatshirt for Elmer's Middle School. I have my foundation called Elevate Oakland Foundation with Lynn, Jason, and Yoshi. There's 4 of us. And we help the kids here, the public schools, and bringing them music and arts to the schools. And we also use local musicians who aren't on tour to help as well assist with teaching some of the classes. We partnered with Guitar Center, and the Guitar Center and DW came today, and we gave them $30,000 to $40,000 worth of equipment at the school. Wow. So that we can keep the kids in. It was amazing. We also built a room within a room so that they could have a practice place. So that's what I'm doing here right now. And I'm on my way to the airport, which is why I'm in the car, because I have to fly back to LA because we're doing the Talk television show tomorrow. And my band will be the house band for the day.
Oh, that is fantastic. Really looking forward to seeing that. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I'm disappointed you didn't just flat out say Prince was #1. Don't worry, I'll do it myself.
We both will. Thanks, Sheila.
Thank you.
All right, God bless. Bye-bye.
Sheila E.
Sheila E. And let's check in on the parade downtown. It looks like people are making their way to the podium. Let's listen in.
Keep talking, no worries. They're almost there. We jumped ahead of the script, but it's okay. We're just chatting here. I want to ask Von Miller about who makes his glasses. He always just wears the most stylish glasses. All right. They're still slowly making their way. Oh, you have the selfie stick right there.
What's a parade without a selfie stick?
What trophy is he holding? It looks like a Lombardi trophy that he bought from the Santa Fe swap. Like hollowed out and stuff, pirateria style.
You're gonna keep throwing shade at them this entire time, aren't you?
I'm just throwing the shout outs to LA. Those who are watching, they know what I'm talking about between the Santa Fe swap meet and the
You're talking about a fake trophy. They earned that blood, sweat, and tears, Gustavo.
Nah, respect, total respect to the Rams, totally. Oh, there's a Coliseum. They're rebuilding it after that NASCAR race that they had there.
Did you go to that?
Oh, hell no. I'm more of an F1 guy, okay? No, NASCAR I appreciate, but there's no point for me to go in a NASCAR race.
None?
None.
I just love the fact that so many sports are coming in and out of Los Angeles now. You know, obviously, we just hosted the Super Bowl, but we have the World Cup coming, right? We have the Olympics coming. The U.S. Open in golf is coming.
Championship game next year for college football.
I mean, there's a lot of really outstanding sporting events that are coming through the city. So why not NASCAR?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is why I say why not NASCAR. NASCAR, God bless it, but it comes from the South. We have our own car culture here in Southern California. Let's get those souped-up Dodge Challengers going on through. Let's get the Impala. Let's get the boats, all of that. The Coliseum should have been turned into a lowrider stage. Slow but sure cruising. That would have been better than NASCAR.
We just got hip-hop at the halftime. And now you're trying to flip NASCAR? You're aggressive.
That's the only way to live in LA, you know? You gotta push, you gotta represent, you gotta get all of the different cultures coming in, you know? And that's the thing. NASCAR, hey, again, nothing against NASCAR, but when it comes to car culture in Southern California, we're really the capital of it. Going back to the days of Tom Wolfe, the hot rods, going into today's, the imports, all of that stuff, there's such a history there. That's an idea for whoever runs a Coliseum. Do some, stock car races with imports. And sadly, to get a little bit serious, you do have a lot of racing here in Southern California on the streets. There's a lot of tragedies behind it. I think if you could just channel that energy in with what we have, it could be transformative. And maybe, who knows, maybe you do get a kid from South LA or from Santana getting onto the NASCAR race and saying, you know what, these cats, they can't race. I'll show you how to race going in through that.
That's a beautiful idea because one of the ways in which you get people inspired is by showing them what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I've been to maybe like 3 or 4 NASCAR races myself.
Yeah.
It's not really my jam.
Sure.
But I love the idea of just presenting images for young people to aspire to.
I mean, we have this in Southern California with street art. People wanted to dismiss it, oh, it's graffiti, it's tagging, whatever. But if you channel that energy, and then you get very famous artists like Mr. Cartoon and like all the imagery going around, like channel that. It goes back to what the assembly member was talking about. Like you can't just have, the coach from Dorsey, you can't just extract all this talent. Like you gotta foster that talent, make it homegrown. Because those folks like Stefan, Coach Stefan, do go back to that community, do try to represent it, and do try to bring that next generation.
Coach was fired up, wasn't he?
Oh, Dorsey, pride of Dorsey right there. Dorsey, their legendary team. It's great to have those older players back. Long Beach Poly will start getting that. I hope you see a lot of that because Southern California for so long was this hotbed and still is. From the public schools though, was more so. Now it's all the private. Bosco, Loyola, J. Sarah, mostly Orange County. Blame prep football, the stratification. Just blame on Orange County.
There's Matt coming off the bus. It's got to feel real good being able to walk in and out of spaces in the city, like in Malibu maybe, or, catch over in West Hollywood, run into another athlete and know that they're looking at you with respect because you got that ring.
Oh, yeah. No, they are going to be, this is their town. Especially it's going to be their town if the baseball still hold out on the training camp.
Man, isn't that a hot mess right now?
Baseball is my #1 sport. It's always been. But this freaking league, they just never know what's good for them. They always keep shooting themselves in the foot. Meanwhile, NBA takes off. NFL, of course, is a king. All these other sports. Come on, baseball. You got to make it happen.
I will disagree with you. I think the owners knows what's good for them.
Yeah.
It's changing the pronoun to us.
Yeah, that's right.
I think one of the reasons why the NBA is so loved by the players is because the players, for the most part, aren't viewed as employees. They're viewed as partners in the success of the league. It's good to see that the NFL is getting to that place, but you're right, the gap is still really big in terms of respect and trust between the players and ownership when it comes to Major League Baseball.
And it's a sad irony because the whole movement to have a strong players union and to have better rights for players came from baseball. Curt Flood, you know, a black man from St. Louis, amazing player, then got ostracized, but he's the one who made it happen. And now it's baseball, and of course, the major leagues has never forgiven Flood and Marvin Miller and all those people for making that happen. So instead, the owners just try to screw them over at whatever chance possible.
Do you think it starts on time, the season?
No. I mean, right now, it seems the sides are not happening. Spring training supposed to start. Our colleague Bill Shaken with the sports section of the LA Times just talked about how MLB sold all these towns in Arizona on spring training. Oh, build these nice facilities, like in Surprise, like in Paradise, all these nice city names in Arizona, and they're empty. They're empty. Like Angels aren't playing, Dodgers aren't playing. I know my brother, he goes with his friends every year to go Dodgers. They're big Dodgers fans. And so these small towns, they're the ones who are eating it. You know, they're bearing the brunt of all of this. And so if Major League Baseball wants to continue on its, if it wants people to continue to love them, they got to get with that game, or rather, they got to get with that season as soon as possible.
There's the man himself, Mr. Aaron Donald, the most dominant player in the league. Certainly the league's best defensive player, if not best overall player.
You think he wins MVP this year?
It's really difficult for a defensive player to win an MVP award in this league. It's a very, offensive award. Definitely a quarterback's award. Occasionally you'll get a running back. Very rarely you get a wide receiver. But you're right, the defensive side of the ball gets ignored, and when you have a player as dominant as Aaron Donald, it is kind of disappointing to see that he's not being taken seriously as an MVP candidate, because clearly with his play, you can win a Super Bowl. I can't tell. Do you see if OBJ has a crutch or anything? Or?
Oh, that's a good point. I haven't seen a crutch yet. Did they say what the injury was at the end?
ACL.
Is torn?
I'm not sure. I think it was torn. I don't think it was just sprained.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, best of luck to his recovery for sure.
Because those two are already plotting what they're going to do next year. Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford connected right away. And in one season, Cooper Kupp turns in a season for the ages. Imagine the chemistry between these two after 2 seasons.
Oh, man. They're going to be, what is it? Kinetic, yes, but also psychic, just telegraphing plays to each other. And Cooper, what college did he go to?
I believe it was East Washington.
Oh, man. So tiny, tiny schools. What an amazing story.
Third round pick. And I remember when he was drafted.
Look at that bottle right there.
There was definitely, some question marks, if you will.
Yeah.
Because he came from a small school, and third round pick is not a low pick from someone from a small school, but credit Les Snead and his team. They've done an excellent job scouting in general. They identified him. Sean McVay thought he could use him, and it's a shame we didn't have him in 2018 when we were in the Super Bowl, because I think the outcome may have turned out differently.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, don't drop that. don't. I don't know what's all in it, but
it's going to be some good champagne. If you're going to spend that much money, or if you're going to have a bottle that big, you can't throw it on a rock gut, You better not. At least not the Rams. Come on, Kroenke, you think he's going to sell them like $2 or give them $2 chalk? He's going to spend the money.
I mean, he just spent $5 billion on a stadium. He put some corners somewhere.
Hey, guys, you're in the middle of the shot. Let's share it. Can we share it? Let's share it.
Oh, the Grammars are fighting with the quote-unquote professional cameraman right now. So the speeches are about to come soon. Oh, there's
Big Wit. Walter Payton, Man of the Year. What an incredible career he's had.
Yeah.
I've had an opportunity to interview him several times over the years.
Good guy?
Just, salt of the earth guy, man.
Nice.
Just He gets it. He understands that when you are an athlete in the community, you know, one of the ways to build a fan base is to invest. He obviously invested in Cincinnati, and he's a really big presence here.
Yeah. I just love the Walter Payton Man of the Year award just because most people, of course, sweetness, you know, just an amazing player, but even a better man. And for the NFL to say, we're going to honor his legacy, gone from us way too soon, by picking these people to do that. I mean, you know, like these players, they're great, but they're better human beings.
I don't know if you know this or not, but it looks like Aaron Donald's having a good time. And deservedly so.
Cooper doesn't want to go on stage. He's too busy knocking at folks.
I don't know if he knows how to walk without a route.
Put an end zone in front of him, he'll get there. For those of you watching, thank you for watching us. We appreciate it. I wish I had my phone on me to respond to any tweets you may be sending to us, but rest assured, I'll respond to all of them.
I am curious as who's going to speak first.
I thought he was about to just put it in there right now and talk, but I predict McVay. Who do you say?
I'm gonna go with AD. I think AD is, he seems to be the one out of all the players, especially since Sean McVay has come into the fold. He seems to be the one player that everyone, whether they're a Rams fan or not, gravitates toward and respect because they recognize greatness.
Yeah.
Plus, he looks lit, and I just want to hear what he has to say.
But you don't lead off with your most lit speaker. You save them for like the third or fourth one, not the first one. The first one, you rally them up, you get them all excited, but it's like the third or fourth one just nails it home.
No. You come in first. It's like a concert. You play the hit, get people out of their seats fired up, and then you play the mid-tempo B-sides a little bit later, and then you come with the, you know, your biggest hit at the end.
Yeah.
But you got to start off strong. So either OBJ or AD. Maybe you're right. Maybe it would be Coach.
Title as this team is. Let them hear you.
I don't think it's gonna be Kevin Denmark though.
Please welcome the Super Bowl 56 champions, your 2021 Los Angeles Rams.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna now be quiet and we're gonna give it to the Rams to hear them for a bit, all the speeches. Let's see who goes first.
He high points the football and has the 6. Touchdown, LA! Throws the fade, back shoulder. Cooper Kupp's got it! Cooper Kupp brings it in! Touchdown! He's hit, he's sacked, he throws it away. Rings for the Rams! A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles. 23-20 is the final.
Baby, we're on it. Let's go. Let's go. Good job, man.
Welcome once again, everyone. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate these Los Angeles Rams. Over the next hour, we're going to hear from Sean McVay. We're going to hear from Aaron Donald and Super Bowl 56 MVP Cooper Kupp and so many others. But let's begin this celebration with a few words from our elected officials, our guests of honor. And to begin this stage celebration, if he can find his way to the podium, please give a warm welcome to the mayor of Inglewood, the home of SoFi Stadium, Mayor James T. Butts.
Hello, Los Angeles. Now listen up, you guys. I'm James Butts. I'm the mayor of Inglewood. I was born and raised and educated in Los Angeles, 59th Street Elementary School, Horace Mann Junior High, Crenshaw High, and Cal State. I left to go to Inglewood when I was 19. Inglewood is what provided these dancers and our band. I left to go to Santa Monica to be the police chief, and then back to Los Angeles, working for the airport system in charge of counterterrorism. My father took me to my first Rams game at the Coliseum in 1963 when I was 10 years old. Those were the days of the fearsome foursome, Deacon Jones, Merlin Olsen, Rosie Greer, and Lamar Lundy. It is such a joy to congratulate Stan Kroenke, Kevin Demoff, Les Snead, and Tony Pastors for building a world champion NFL team. Let's hear it for Coach Sean McVay. Let's hear it for Matthew Stafford, Super Bowl quarterback. Odell Beckham Jr. came back from a severe knee injury to help us win this Super Bowl. And let's hear it for Errol Donald and Cooper Kupp and all the players who made us champions. Now, I want to tell Stan I'm so fired up. I've been training, and I'm going to come out for outside linebacker next year because I want to be part of this. Now, please remember, the Rams were born in Los Angeles, and they'll always be the Los Angeles Rams. But now, they play in Stan Kroenke's Palace on Prairie in the city of Inglewood, and we call them the Los Angeles Rams of Inglewood, California. Inglewood and LA are now forever bonded together. I have a presentation to make to Stan Kroenke if he's anywhere around here. In 114 years the city has existed, there's only been one key to the city ever presented, and that was the Issa Rae, whose show Insecure put us back on the map. Let's hear it for Issa. Stan Kroenke has put Inglewood back on the top of the world, and we thank and honor the Rams, champions of Super Bowl 56. Congratulations, Stan.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Second key in 114 years. Let's hear it for Stan Kroenke.
Well, we always say, whose house? Now we say, whose trophy? Okay. Thank you all. And I appreciate James and appreciate Eric Garcetti for helping us bring the Rams back in such a good way. And thanks to all you fans. You know, we've had some great champions in Los Angeles. I followed the Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale at the Dodgers. You know, obviously Kobe and all of them. But now we've got new champions. We've got them up here on the stage. You know their names. We know their names. Sean McVay, our coach. Unbelievable. We've got Von Miller. We've got Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp. And you can keep naming them. Aaron Donald, unbelievable. We've got new champions in LA. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. You guys, we have Councilman Eloy Morales, Councilman Alex Padilla, Councilwoman Dion Falk, the first black woman elected to Inglewood City Council, and my wife, Judy Butts, with the key. Thank you, guys. Inglewood and LA forever.
I told him
Come
I'm
here,
the one
Aisha,
for
our
the job,
city
no
clerk,
comments.
Aisha
And I'm
Thompson.
serious, period, no comments. Wanna enjoy my family and my friends with no drama and stack till I'm delirious, period.
All right, Mayor Butts, thank you for those words, uniting the greater Los Angeles area from the Super Bowl victory at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood to this amazing celebration at the original home of the Rams, the LA Memorial Coliseum. Next, for a special proclamation from the City of Los Angeles, please welcome City Council member for District 9, host for this championship parade and rally, Councilman Curran Price.
Yeah, good morning, Los Angeles. And good morning to the new ninth. I'm excited to be here to celebrate our Los Angeles Rams and their tremendous accomplishments of winning Super Bowl 56 to culminate the 2021 NFL season. As a former council member in Inglewood, I'm extremely proud of the city of Inglewood, the city of LA, and LA County. And we got to experience the victory.
Hey, hold up. Back up for a second, baby. You gotta turn up.
Turn it up.
Because they not turned up enough.
All right, all right. Turn yourself up.
Hold up. We out here.
Listen, let me tell you this. As a councilman in Inglewood in the 90s, we talked about a new stadium at Hollywood Park. But nothing like SoFi Stadium. Give it up for SoFi. I'm with my colleagues here, and I was proud to introduce a resolution to recognize the Rams for their great accomplishments. Here are just a few lines from it. The LA Rams are NFL's Super Bowl 56 champions, earning the franchise a second championship. And whereas the Rams have played in LA for more than 5 decades, including from 46 to 94, and then again starting in 2016, right here at the Coliseum. Whereas the Rams played their first 3 seasons back in the city of LA, in the site of the first Rose Bowl, and now therefore be resolved that by the adoption of this resolution, the LA City Council, along with the mayor, the city attorney, city council, do hereby congratulate the LA Rams on winning Super Bowl 56 and becoming the 2021 World Champions. Go Rams!
Sorry, Jamie.
All right, whose house? Whose city? Whose house? Whose city? We want to hear from the players, so I'm going to be brief. I have 3 keys to this game and 3 keys to the city. They're going to Cooper Kupp, they're going to Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford already has his. They can unlock any door in LA any day. And it gives me great joy as mayor of the city of LA to declare Los Angeles Rams Day in LA. Whose house?
Been distinctly Los Angeles, from drafting Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp to trading for Matthew Stafford and Von Miller and Jalen Ramsey. The architect behind it all, general manager of your Los Angeles Rams, here is Les Snead.
What's happening, Ramley? Hey, here's what I know. The late John Madden said that winning the Super Bowl was the highest of high. So you know what? Our players, our coaches, Stan, his family, every one of us in the organization who support him on that mission, and everyone out there, you know what? We know what that highest high feels like today. So in honor of the shirt, F them picks, we'll use them to go win more Super Bowls.
Hey guys. Hey, I don't know what that was, but we out here. Like, we out here. This for everybody. Hey, this for the whole city. Hey, this for the whole city. Hey, this for the whole city, baby. Hey, everybody, stand the fuck up. Yeah. Hey, everybody, stand the fuck up. And on the count of 3, say world champs. 1, 2, 3, world champs. Let's go.
don't waste no time, I be on my grind. Might be a little late, but I'm right on time. Yes, I have arrived. If you feeling like a winner, then put your hands up high. If you feeling like a winner, then put your hands up high.
Well, in his 5 seasons as head coach, the Rams have earned 55 regular season wins. They put together 5 straight victorious campaigns, including 3 NFC West titles, 4 trips to the playoffs, and now the man who has more postseason wins than any head coach in franchise history, the youngest to win a Super Bowl title. Welcome back to the podium, Sean McVay.
Let's go! Let's go! Hey, so grateful for all you guys here, but I can't say enough about this team, the resiliency, the mental toughness, Super Bowl champs. This shit will never, ever get old. Give it up for those players right there getting it done. Woo!
Sean, you're fond of saying that you win with your people. How did the 2021 Los Angeles Rams distinguish themselves and carry it to the finish line with their character?
The mental toughness, the resilience of this group, it took every single person. That's the best part about football. It's the greatest team sport there is. Our brightest stars shine their brightest, but man, it's about the team, and these guys are world champs. Told these guys the other day, 55 stories, 55 rings. Now there's 56 stories, 56 rings, and it's their story, your story too. Give it up for LA Rams, baby! World champions! Let's go!
All right, congratulations, Sean McVay. Now, at the quarterback position in his first season here in Los Angeles, he set franchise records. He was the best fourth quarter quarterback in the game yet again. The game-winning drive in the divisional in Tampa Bay against the 49ers at SoFi Stadium in the NFC Championship game. And the LA drive that won Super Bowl 56. Give it up for your QB1, Matthew Stafford.
Hey! We appreciate you guys so much, man. This is unbelievable to be out here today celebrating with you guys. It's an unbelievable journey we've been on. So many ups and downs, but you know what? You guys are right there with us, and we appreciate you every step of the way. I am so blessed to be a part of this team, man. So many unbelievable teammates and players that I get the chance to play with. I'm hugging up every single one of these guys right here, just pinching myself about the opportunity to play with these guys, about the opportunity to go to work with these guys. It is unbelievable. We are here today to celebrate you guys for cheering for us all this time, and for us for making it happen when we need to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Matthew, one short follow-up. You told your wife and your children after the game that you couldn't watch the final Bengals drive. Have you had a chance to see it since? And what do you make of the way that Aaron Donald finished it?
I'll tell you what. I'm kind of that guy that, hey, if I'm sitting down and I'm not watching, we're playing good on defense, I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm a little superstitious, so we were playing good when I was not watching on defense. So I sat down, looked at the ground, just said, hey, I know the defense gonna make a play. And I mean, come on with Aaron Donald, y'all. I mean, are we kidding? We throw a touchdown to Cooper Kupp, who makes the play. Give it up for Cooper Kupp. Ridiculous. The guy's unbelievable. And then Aaron Donald comes out and makes a play, 2 plays in a row, really, to get the job done for us. I didn't even know it was 4th down. I feel like a bad player for that, but you know what? At the same time, I'm damn happy to be standing up here with you guys celebrating this shit. Come on. Let's go, y'all. I'm gonna bring us a little Southern hospitality to this. I appreciate y'all so much. You guys have been unbelievable. Unbelievable all year. And you know what? We appreciate you. Let's go.
Here's the shortest introduction in this entire celebration, the greatest of all time.
I've been having a little fun tonight, so if I stir my words, I apologize. But I dreamed this for long. We dreamed this for so long, man. So to be living it right now with you guys in LA, what? What? We world champions. This is what it's all about. All that hard work we put into this, all that straining through the off season, through camp, through the seat. All the ups and downs, it's for this experience right here. So to be living it right now with you guys, it's a dream come true. I dreamed about this for so long. So to be here right now, it's surreal, man. I'm so in the moment right now. Like I said, I've been drinking a little bit, so so we having a good time. It's gonna think like this for at least the end of the week. So we world champions! World champions! The last team standing. We the best in the world. That's what it's about, man. Look at this trophy right here. Look at it. This is for you guys. This is for the city of LA. We did it at home. Ain't no special way we celebrating with you guys tonight, and we're gonna enjoy this, man. So I want you guys to enjoy this with us, man. Drink as much as we do tonight and live it up. We world champions. Let's go. Let's go.
Aaron, Sean McVay just tapped me on the shoulder. He wanted to know if you were interested in running it back.
Run it back! 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 Give it up for Aaron Donald! What a stud! Everything! We built a super team. We can bring the super team back. Why not run it back? We could be world champions. Yeah! Dog work! Dog work!
Well, you may have seen the final moments of the Super Bowl celebration when Aaron embraced Von Miller and told him just how much his veteran presence meant to that closing stretch. Von is the last defensive player to win Super Bowl MVP. He did it with the Broncos in Super Bowl 50 to earn his first ring. Now he's got his second with Los Angeles. Von, come on up front. Take the Lombardi with you. As the legend goes, you brought a replica Lombardi trophy to the facility in Thousand Oaks so that you and your teammates and your coaches could visualize the final goal of this season. Can you tell us about why that was important and how much better is the real thing?
You know what, I just felt like we had a great team here, and as a man thinketh he is, we thought we was gonna be the world champions, and we did it. Hey, Flo, we did it, my boy. We did it.
You've played with some great ones.
Yep.
You're a great one and a future Hall of Famer yourself. What was it like to team with Aaron Donald in that stretch run?
Man, to team up with AD and Jalen Ramsey and Leonard Floyd and, you know, this outside linebackers room. We got Coach Thad. We got Coach Thad. Coach Thad, man, did an incredible job, man. Hey, it's an honor and a privilege to be here, man. It's crazy, man. This shit crazy.
Vaughn, when you arrived in Los Angeles, you talked about bringing Valor, your son, to SoFi Stadium and wanting him to remember you as a person and a player. What will you tell him about the 2021 Los Angeles Rams?
Hey, man. I would tell him you got to work hard. You got to work a little bit more harder than that. Hey, and then you just got to run that shit back like that, man. Hey, you got to run that shit back.
Vaughn, Sean wants to know if you're in for running it back.
Yeah, man. Man, we ain't going nowhere, man. Hey, California, they know how to party, baby. Hey, y'all know what it is.
Well, signing Robert Woods in early 2017 was one of the moves that set this run of success in motion. Though Bobby Trees was injured mid-season, these Los Angeles Rams continued to win for him. And Dante Dion, how awesome was it to see Robert on that podium hoisting the Lombardi Trophy?
Man, it's amazing. It's a blessing to see him out there. Love him. Appreciate everything. My dog from LA. Yes, sir.
And now in front of the Peristyle, the Coliseum where he played his USC Trojans football. Give it up for world champion Robert Woods, LA's own. Robert, go ahead and say a word.
Hey, this right here, this is why we do it for the city of LA. This is why we do it. Hey, sign this up, make it pretty. Hey, growing up here, man, we all are family, man. This is being able to play here in LA, start right here at USC, bring this home, right down Figueroa. This is why we do it, man. And I want to thank everybody who sacrificed everything this whole season. Injuries, our staff, our coaches. This is a sacrifice, man. And we thank you guys for dedicating yourselves to this win, to this championship, to Championship City, you know? And I've been telling the guys in LA, a few people win championships, right? But in LA, you gotta do it again. We gotta run it back, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Robert, one final question, and the enduring image from the NFC Championship game was you embracing your friend, your teammate Cooper Kupp.
Yes.
An emotional moment, one that brought all of us to tears. As we get set to talk to the Super Bowl MVP, what can you say about his friendship and the season he just put together?
I would say it's been an amazing years from Cooper Kupp. The dedication that he's put in this season has been like none other. His sacrifice to the game, to his teammates. You've seen him take shots throughout the season and be able to get back up. You see him be able to lead the receiver room, embrace Odell when he came into our offense. We couldn't have done this without one of our leaders, our captains of this team, Cooper Kupp, MVP.
How about another round of love for Robert Woods? Cooper Kupp coming up next. Go ahead, Cooper. We can bring Andrew up next. Don't worry. Actually, you know what? Given the shirt that Andrew Whitworth has on, maybe he does need to come up next. The ultimate we, not me move by your Super Bowl MVP, Cooper Kupp. He wants Andrew Whitworth next. One of the guiding forces behind this 5-year Rams run, Andrew Whitworth, your Walter Payton Man of the Year. Andrew, I'd love it if you would step to the microphone here and address the crowd. You've been a part of 16 teams. What makes this one special?
I think really just the ability for this team to understand by any means necessary to find a way to win and to believe that we believed in each other, we loved each other, and regardless of any obstacle got in our way, any setback that was in the way, we overcame it, we looked it in the face, and we weren't scared to take on the challenge.
I can't help but love the way the stars align for you and your loved ones. In this 16th season, your age 40 season, all the way up to today, I understand your twins are celebrating a birthday as you celebrate a world championship.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's an unbelievable scenario. I could have never dreamed about it or thought it'd play out this way. But I couldn't be happier to be exactly where my feet are in this city, with this football team and this group of people that I got to do this with and this organization. World champs.
There's no amount of cheering that Sean McVay can do that will lead you to join in the Run It Back campaign, is there?
Oh, you know what? We'll save that conversation for another day. But what I will say, because I hadn't touched on this yet, 5 years ago, I was told I was a little too old. And I was told that maybe my time was done. And I tell you this for every single person standing out there that's ever doubted anything you've ever done. Bet on yourself, because 5 years later, I'm holding this trophy up and I'm 40 years old. Let's go. Don't let anybody's opinions of you ever become your reality. Bet on yourself. World damn champions.
As we bring Cooper Kupp to the stage, can you tell us a little bit about this shirt?
You know, this shirt right here is a little young Coop. Somebody threw it to me on the parade. I had to put it on. Before Coop comes up here, I got to say this, man. As I've said, we're leading up to this thing. If you take the words discipline, commitment, consistency, and an elite level performer and put them together, it's the definition of the guy standing behind me. Because every single day he never changes. Every single moment doesn't change how he lives his day. When he wakes up every day, it's the same plan, attack success. And to me, it's the greatest example for every young athlete standing out there that wants to make something of themselves. This guy wasn't some 5-star recruit out of high school. He lived it every day of his life to become who he is right now in this moment. So every kid in America, you want to know what chasing success looks like? Look at this MVP Cooper Kupp.
Since we're talking wardrobes, how about your selection for today, Cooper? Can you step to the mic and let us know how that adds to the special moment that is today?
I'm standing here in this city that knows nothing but championships. We're out here celebrating this championship. Kobe's a part of this. He belongs here. And I'll tell you what, he set the standard. All I know, get back to work, let's run it back.
I know you don't want to talk about yourself, but everyone out there in Royal and Soul wants to hear about it. Knowing you, this season could not have been considered a success without the team title at the end. Now that you've got the Lombardi Trophy, can you relish what you just accomplished?
You got a whole life for that, man. We're living this right now. I really believe it. This is just a start.
How about the point that Andrew Whitworth just made? Lightly recruited out of the state of Washington, a record-setting career at Eastern, a chance to come play for the Los Angeles Rams, now a triple crown, an NFL offensive MVP of the Super Bowl. Is there a message there to boys and girls who might be listening and how they might chase their dreams?
You know, Whit touched on it. Believe in yourself, know your worth, find what you're passionate about, go after it with everything you have. Screw what anyone else says, go get it yourself, let's go.
And lastly, we've read about the vision you received in Atlanta at the end of Super Bowl 53. I'd love it if you would share that with us in this audience one more time, and how you lived that out over the last 3 years, and especially here in 2021.
Oh, difficult time, obviously, walking off the field in 2019. Turn around and see the New England Patriots celebrating what we're celebrating right now. Clear as day, you see it, the LA Rams coming back with the Super Bowl, bringing it back for this city. As clear as day, the belief I have in this group of people that are standing up here, this city, the people that have supported us all the way through, there's no other way. It was written. It was written 3 years ago. I'm just so thankful to be able to play along the guys that I get to play this game with, the guy I get to prepare with. It's a testament to this team and the guys that are standing up here, the work that we've put in, that we're able to bring this back to this city that demands nothing less than a world championship.
Prayers up for a vision of repeating with the Los Angeles Rams. One more time, Cooper Kupp, Super Bowl MVP. And to set up our grand finale, we're going to bring Sam Lagana back to the front here. Ladies and gentlemen, your world champion, Los Angeles Rams.
How about a nice hand for JB Long and your Super Bowl champion, Los Angeles Rams! Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Let's rock Los Angeles! Welcome, J-Rock!
Y'all make some noise for the LA Rams one time. Let's get it. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the out my way, yeah. Hey, you either with me or against me though. Hey, you either with me or win, 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 win. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't lit. Win, 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 win. Start chasing that chip. Win, 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 win. Big J-Rock go. On 10, 10, 10, 10. Exit at 4. Bring friends. Matt Black 2 dough. Jump in. You might want to keep score. I win, 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 win. 4 on tattoos. That's squad. All of them go shoot. Don't try. I walk in rooms. They eyes wide. Third album come soon. I'm glad y'all gone. I ain't chasing after no trick. I got bigger plans to stand rich. I've been tap dance since I was 6. I tap dance all on the brick. And your diamonds like tap water. That drip way too foggy. These VVS is way awesome. Park CLS for baby mama. Drop to your death without. Get out the way. Get out the way. Hey, get out the way. Get the out my way. Hey, you either with me or against me though. Hey, you either with me or hey, win. Curve everything else. Hey, win. These ops ain't lit. Win. Start chasing that chip. Win. Niggas don't stay outside when I play outside. I put the beats on them like I got the bad side, LA outside. If you ain't bad, bring the cat outside. Go and get your money. None of my homies are so funny. I can tell real about who you running with. I'm all in the field, Doug Hunt. Hit my plug just to re-up, and he was like, boo. Migo knew just what it was. Flipped the whole dub and gave it back, boo. 911, no minus, baby. 9 ball with no valleys, baby. My trigger finger got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent. I'm all in to win with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been hit it. Crashed 2 times. Limo 10 in my new ride. I'm riding with the toasters. 12 better not pull me over. Championship going down. Nothing to something they want, bitch. Get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, huh? Hey, you either with me or hey, win. Curve everything else. Win. These ops ain't lit. Win. Start chasing that chip. Win. Y'all make some noise for the LA Rams. Yes, sir.
Rolling down Imperial Highway, the big nasty red at my side. Santa Ana winds blowing hot from the north. We were born to ride. Roll down the window, put down the top, crank up the Beach Boys, baby. Don't let the music stop. We gonna ride it till we just can't ride it no more. From the side bay to the valley, from the west side to the east side, everybody very happy, 'cause the sun is shining all the time. It's like another perfect day. mountain. Look at those trees. Look at that bum over there, man. He's down on his knees. Look at these women. Ain't nothing like them nowhere. Century Boulevard. We love it. Victory Boulevard. We love it. Santa Monica Boulevard. We love it. Sixth Street. We love it. We love it. We love LA.
That's one. Yeah. Hey, man, I need y'all to make some noise for your world champion LA Rams. Woo! It's your boy DJ Moss. Let's get to it, baby. Woo! What we do? We keep it rocking. Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like LA. Shout to Sticks.
There you have it. Speeches. A lot of people, a lot of the players, as Private Eye, the British magazine, would say, tired and emotional after imbibing certain things.
Is that how we carry right here?
That's how
Tired
it's
and
said.
emotional?
Tired and emotional. Matt Stafford especially was very tired and emotional.
I'll let you go ahead with that. I'm gonna be real with it. Them boys partying, and they deserve it. You know, it was an incredible postseason run, and I love hearing each and every one of them, particularly the players that aren't signed, saying let's run this back.
Yeah,
it gives you a good indication about their desire to come back and try to repeat.
No, great speeches. Win, 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 as the song went. And that's how LA is going to be for the next couple of years. As we said earlier, so many big sporting events are happening. We got the U.S. Open Golf Championship 2023, World Cup, FIFA World Cup in 2026. We have the NCAA Championship game this coming year, Olympics in 2028. And Karen Bass, Congresswoman, representative, longtime politician in Los Angeles, now joining us. Karen, what's up?
Oh, it's an exciting day in LA. We get to celebrate our victory and more victories to come.
Where were you? Where'd you see the Super Bowl?
Oh, I saw it right from my home. went to a lot of pre-Super Bowl events because we had representatives of the Congressional Black Caucus in town all weekend. So we were celebrating, and of course, we also had some representatives from that other team, but we won't talk about them today.
I don't recall there being another team. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I had a bet with my friend from Cincinnati, so I'll look forward to collecting when I go back to Washington.
What are they going to give you? Cincinnati chili?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
It's actually good food. People want to hate, but it's actually good. Congresswoman, LA's at the center of all these major sporting events for the better part of the next decade. Is LA ready to have all of this?
I think LA is ready to have all of it, but you know what? We have a lot of work to do in preparation. We need some corrections in our city. I'm looking forward to that, but I think that we will be ready because you know what? LA always rises to the occasion, and we will do it again.
What is it like for you as someone who's poured so much of yourself into this city to have this moment, the Rams not only back, but back as champions?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I remember it wasn't that long ago. Maybe it was like, 10 or so years when we were fighting to get a team. You remember that? there were no teams, and the NFL kind of teased us every time right by the Super Bowl. The NFL would say, well, maybe we'll move a team to LA, and then at the last minute they wouldn't. And we did preparations. You know, I was Speaker of the House for the last couple of years in Sacramento, and we even prepared for a team right before the Super Bowl, and then they went someplace else.
How do you think the Rams have done to be able to ingratiate themselves with Inglewood, with the community, with bringing in good jobs and being more, attribute than a detriment?
Well, I'm not really sure they could have done any better, frankly. I mean, I think they have absolutely been a good neighbor. Now, we do have to make sure, though, that LA becomes more affordable. It's not just about the stadiums and the sporting events. Over the years, LA has become more and more expensive to live in, and we have to address that. Of course, we have to address the other problems like homelessness and all. But the big problem is LA just becoming so expensive to live in. We need to have hundreds of thousands of more affordable housing units. And I'm hoping that the excitement around the upcoming events will give momentum for us to address these problems way before the events take place.
How does a championship like this better the morale of a city, of a region?
Well, you know, I think that over the last couple of years that LA has been in a little bit of a funk and because of the problems, because of affordability and all of that. And so the excitement and the joy over this last, really couple of weeks, I think has been a real uplift for the city. And I'm hoping that we can take that spirit, especially the spirit of everybody coming together with our championship team. If we continue that kind of spirit, then I think that's what's needed to address the problems that we face.
Representative Bass, you mentioned that you were watching the game with some members of the Congressional Black Caucus. I'm really curious, what is the consensus? Was this halftime show better than Prince's?
He really wants that answer.
I think people were really excited about this halftime show. And you know what? I mean, you remember what's fresh in your mind. And as people watched it, I think it was very exciting. And I think it showed off LA.
I agree. It wasn't better than Prince's.
Well, Prince only played in LA. Prince was, Prince belongs to the heavens, to the stars and all of that. LA, what Dre brought in and all of that.
Right.
Again, Tams. For me, when I saw the Tams sign, I'm like, game over. This is already one of the best, if not the best.
Exactly right. It was thrilling.
Representative Karen Bass, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Go Rams.
Go Rams.
Go Rams.
Yes, you need to work on that part. You don't have a team.
I don't have a team.
Why not put your passion with the team that just won the Super Bowl?
Because my Raiders Cousins fans will beat me up.
Oh, jeez. I can't with you. Thanks to all of you for being with us for whose house?
Champs House. I'll give you that much.
On this historic day in LA, I'm LZ Granderson.
And I'm Gustavo Arellano. We're looking forward to seeing all of you again whenever the Dodgers and Lakers finally get their poor parade. Step up, guys. You got to win this year. Gracias.
At least get to 500.